really hard to call now because the way they start schools in mid-August to make sure that the teachers have all their time off that they need and get some extra. So everything that's done in our education system is really not done for the children. It's done for the administrators and the teachers underneath them. Teachers in some ways are pawns, but anyway, that's where we find ourselves. So this is the last, maybe the next to last week of summer, so enjoy. We got summer temperatures here, and we're looking forward to that for another week or so. Basically, the reason this market is up is because equities in Europe and the United States have come off yesterday's highs. China's markets maintain yesterday's gains and gain some more overnight because China has said there will be an additional 2 trillion yuan in stock market support because the pension funds are going to be buying stocks now. So China's doing everything they can to keep their stock market higher and to keep their economy going. Borrow to spend, create debt to spend. And China, when China finally can no longer do it, I mean, those see-through cities, those empty cities that they built, I mean, this whole thing has been really, it's even worse than a house of cards because at least you can't see through the cards. When you look at all the projects that China has done, you can see through them. There are no tenants, you know, cities built sometimes in nowhere spots with nobody living in them. So that's where we find ourselves. But China's markets took Japan's and their market higher. Hong Kong sold. Europe's off a little bit. The United States is off a little bit. And the issue becomes, has this relief rally run its course, or will it continue? Jackson Hole is still on today. The biggest speaker will be Lockhart, who speaks tomorrow, who has been the primary spokesman for the Fed, or trial ballooner, putting out we're going to raise interest rates sooner rather than later. And they'll watch what he says. So the Globex opening Sunday night could be huge from a trader's standpoint. Okay, resistance is at 4 to 8, so a sell 3 to 7, sell 1. I see it. Usually we have a pause day and sell to 11 to 15 after an auction. On the buy side, support will start at 28, so 25, 29, buy 1. The Emini sell rallies we do not want to be long, and then 17 to 21 where we were yesterday. Today's news: personal income up 0.4. You know, if you believe the labor statistics, the underlying ones, not the headlines, that one could come in lower. Personal spending up 0.4. Sometimes it misses. I don't have a feel for that number. Core PCE, which is the Fed's favorite measurement of inflation, plus 0.1. They ignore food, housing, and gasoline. No inflation there, right? Michigan consumer sentiment, 93.3. Given what's happened in the stock market, could come in lower. And Baker Hughes rig count, it's been about 800. You don't get the estimate, you just see what it is, and they'll tell us what it was last week. And it's been about 800, so I believe that's the number. That's off the top of my head. It might not be right. So the news focus is going to be personal spending. The Michigan sentiment for 2, but really I think the tail of the tape will be told in the direction of the ES. Looking at the 30-year. Okay, we roll to the December contract in the 30-year on Monday. We roll to the 10-year on Tuesday. So change your software Sunday night before Globex to make sure that you've got the December contract in the 30-year all up and running. Okay, the knob spread widened overnight, but that's where the play is going to be. I mean, your eye is drawn to this low volume number at 13 and that low at 20, and this high looks like 12 or 13. So 12 to 20 is probably pretty good resistance. So 11 to 15, sell one. Have this high over here at 27, so 23, 27, sell two. Just going to be dependent upon where the E-mini is, 25, 29, buy one. And if the E-mini continues to sell, we really do not want to be short the 30-year. And then 17 to 13, buy two. I had to do anti-mouse exercises this weekend. End up with your hand feeling like it's a claw, or I do by the end of the week. Okay, yesterday we were trying to sell gold 24 to 26, and then our second sell zone was 29 to 31. So we got to our second sell zone, and it looks like we have a new move down. It's coming out of the 29 area. So 28 to 30, sell one, and 33, 35, sell two. Gonna try to trade lower. We got volume down here at 21, so 19 to 21, buy one. 15 to 17, buy two. I haven't gotten much of a play based on the stock market out of gold. Not the play that we have gotten sometimes before. So I don't think the stock market will have undue influence on gold today. Okay, China revalued its currency upward overnight. It did impact the euro. The euro had moved yesterday a great deal, so that might have been built into yesterday's weakness. These guys all know what's coming next, and that's their business to know. So we had a close in 1250 area, and we stopped just above 113 even. We're close to 75, so 13 even, sell one. 25, sell two. On the buy side, have a low in the 30 area, so 40 to 50, buy one. And then 12, 12, 10, buy two. Somebody always knows, and if you're in a brokerage firm and you can, most of the very, very large institutions will lay off paper through other firms. You can see, and they're usually primary dealers or market makers. You can see this happening, and or you're hinted that it's going to happen. Get a hint, like we got some business to do tonight, Charles, something like that. So, but the selling, with the yen revaluing up, that would be a little bit supportive for the euro in and of itself. So that's probably what happened last night. Okay, looking at crude. Crude rallied, got above 43. We had pointed out that 43.50 area is a pretty clean break in the market. You can see the London split right there. So 43, 43.50 is where resistance is. And we have all these single prints. Got a low volume number at 41.75. So first buy is 75 to 42. That is support. Then 41, 41 and a quarter. Might see some profit taking on Friday by the U.S. traders. 42.75, 43, sell 1. 43.26, 43.50, sell 2. And last but not least, the E-mini. So will end of the week profit taking take the E-mini lower? Will the central bank step in and shore up the market? What's the influence of Jackson Hole? How will that impact the trading? So 1990-95 is best resistance and support. We had this breakout down here in the 65-68 area. So we're gonna make 65-68 by 1. It's near support, and then have this low volume number down here, 50-55. Play for some range and volatility. London's high was 82, so 80-85, sell 1. And then 90-95, sell 2. Personal income plus 0.4. Personal spending plus 0.4. Focus, personal spending. Core PCE plus 0.1. Don't think anybody really believes that number, but deflation is staring us right in the face. There was an article out that grain stocks around the globe are the highest they've ever been. So is deflation coming to food prices? I've seen steaks that were $12 a pound, now at $8 a pound in the meat section. So prices are coming down in red meat. Packaged, refined foods probably less so. Okay, Michigan sentiment 93.3 and Baker Hughes. And we have Jackson Hole hanging over this whole deal, with Lockhart speaking tomorrow. So maybe some end of the week profit taking. We'll find out where support is, and if we can't extend the market higher. And again, the easiest trade to see is going to be failure to take out this 90-95 area. Where is support? 45 to 50, maybe 50, and then resistance at 90. And yesterday afternoon we saw a 40-point drop in the market followed by a 50-point rally. So things can happen in a hurry. Be back with you as soon as I can. I'm going to take a bit to get everything up and posted. Talk to you in a few.